This is a Saberforge Mauler Saberstaff. It combines two individual Mauler lightsaber hilts from Saberforge. And, fun little fact, at least as of the recording of this video, Saberforge says they'll include a free coupler if you order two of these Mauler hilts at the same time. So that's a nice little bonus right there. But let's take a bit of a closer look. This is a Darth Maul style custom lightsaber by Saberforge. The name Mauler, that's a little subtle, right? So anyway, let's get a little bit closer. So here's the top. This is an empty hilt. We've got this kind of flanged, flared emitter rather at the top, and then a few different grooves below that. We've got some nice coloring throughout. So it's predominantly metallic silver in color, but we've got these black accents in some of these grooves in these different milled pieces. And then there are several greeblies throughout the Maul hilt, and they kind of have this characteristic, metallic red greebly in a few different places. So you have two of those on each hilt, and then you also have two of these sort of smaller metallic silver buttons. And the red thumb screws also have some knurling on the side, and these, metallic silver ones are flat. So we've got some milled details like these rectangular shapes. We see kind of things like that on some of the prequel style lightsabers in particular. We've got different series of grooves throughout, some thin grooves, some kind of a little bit, wider, thicker grooves here. And then this is the coupler that Saberforge includes if you get two of them. It's a very low profile coupler, and it does have the sound vents in it. So if you did have this installed, with any type of soundboard with sound, then this would work for you. And then here is, the other hilt. It's just the same. Now notice that with this coupler, this is not an adjustable coupler, so that means the buttons aren't necessarily lined up when you connect these two hilts together. So let's take them apart. One thing I should note, I guess, is there's not a CoverTech wheel installed on here. Let's see. Now if I can there we go. Sometimes it's a little hard to remove some of these items. So I'm going to these are the pommels that go on each of these Mauler hilts. So very, very low profile pommel, you can see. Now let's get the other one. I know a lot of people are viewers of the Clone Wars, and one of the big things in the Clone Wars is that newer Darth Maul lightsaber where it's kind of like half, this lightsaber and half a different lightsaber. So I don't know, maybe it'll be in demand to just have like half of it like this. But here's kind of what it looks like when they are separated. But that's kind of a nice feature that you could even just combine, this Maul hilt with a different kind of Saberforge hilt as well. Maybe that's a new trendy thing to combine, seemingly unrelated lightsabers to make a Saberstaff. Why not if you like two different designs? But anyway, let's see. And I didn't talk about, here are some of the switch holes. And, you can have dummy switches to fill these holes if you're going to just use the hilts kind of as display pieces. That's something that some people will do. And there is what it looks like. This kind of venting on the bottom of the pommels is pretty standard for a lot of the Saberforge hilts. And there's also kind of this black groove, I guess, on the bottom of the pommel as well. So here it is, you guys. This has been a look at the Saberforge Mauler lightsaber. It's a Darth Maul style lightsaber made by Saberforge. So feel free to comment below.